Venter.
Yeah, exactly.
Juan Venter went overseas.
Yeah, it could
nice,
happen to anybody.
9 tries scored by the Boks, guys, on the weekend. I mean, what a debut for these guys.
Yeah, John, it's your thing, partner. Like line-out hookers, they score tries, they score a double. Juan Venter gets, I mean, like the intensity of the Boks was awesome. You know, the only thing that robbed them of that intensity was this error rate. And obviously, you know, stole the breakdown, I think. Juan Venter, there you go. That's what you got to do. Stay on top of the ball when you lose it. We got that body type. Just pick straight through the guts.
Dream start.
Best feeling. Eh?
Yeah.
Absolute best feeling. And then unfortunately with the Boks now, like set piece is also not what we accustomed to. You know, we'll lose 1 or 2 critical lineouts. Put nothing away from Georgia. They were exceptional at the breakdown. Sia Kolisi got handled a couple of times. Like it was physical as it is.
But yeah, the lineout worked.
That's it, John. There they go. They're taking into Malcolm Mark's slipstream. Fantastic. Scores a double on debut. Beautiful.
And let's also, because we didn't look at the at the start of the game and the way that Georgia started the game.
Yeah.
Not the ideal start for the Boks, and certainly Georgia showed that they are up for it.
Physical like they were charging around the corner, head down, gain line's mine. It was proper.
Yeah, a proper, proper fight.
Yeah, Cockrell's speech. I mean, I'd interviewed him before the game.
Yeah.
Listen, what's going to happen? Physicality. You know, what colour is this guy? Physicality.
But we called it last week in the preview. We were like, if there's one thing Cockers will get them,
will bring.
It's like stuff that the Boks have their own way. Mauls, scrums, physicality, breakdown. They're not going to have it for large parts of this game.
And it's sorry, John, it's little things that will give them energy, like that carry in the beginning. Gives Georgia energy. Okay, we're on top of them. Stop them all, you know, do the score a try, give them energy. They just kept, you know, just those little moments kept giving them energy. And you can see, I mean, we sitting there on the sideline and I was watching them at the end of the game. They were quite happy with the performance.
Yeah.
I think they thought they were going to get absolutely rinsed, like 70, 80 points. But to come out like that, they were quite happy. And they had enough possession in the second half to build enough pressure. They just didn't have that X factor to cross over.
Yeah, and what I spoke to Cockers about actually after the game, and he said just rugby IQ sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, they have the physicality, they have the bravery, all of that, but they need a bit of rugby IQ as well, and that will come over time. With the under-20s also doing really well now, over time they'll build that. You know, when the game gets too quick for them and the Boks are throwing it all, you know, how do you bring it back? So
with 10 minutes to go, you know, the scoreboard looked very respectful for them. But then obviously we scored some crackers. You know, 3 crackers in the last 8 minutes.
Yeah. But a good outing for Georgia, you know, and you certainly, they certainly stood up on the day.
Yeah,
that's this acceleration.
Yeah, and you can see the Boks trying a couple of things. Even if you have to go back, Sean, to that drac, I mean, the whole plan, obviously, to get to the wide channels with that little soft touches around the
where the tip swivel through the pod.
Yeah, through the pod. And then if you go back, let's say, I mean, the Georgia defense here, they mess up because they slide off Williams here. But if you had to go wide again, look at how many Georgians are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 close there. But look at that gap between the defenders there.
Yeah.
That ball goes wide. Look how many players we got out wide there, even. And those guys can reload and attack down the same side.
We saw this last week against Italy, that ability just to show the ball, scoot out, get to number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then if there's a dog leg, pin your ears back.
And also,
none better.
If they stick, if they stay close, you have the ball out the back to Sasha there.
Sasha.
These guys will be far tight, and you have 3, 4 guys there with 6, 7.
There's still a player outside of Sia also.
Pitsteff's line fixes 2 plays, and then the finish was awesome. Ball off the left.
Yeah, this is a nice touch here.
Yeah, I was like,
Power.
he had 2 guys on him to stay. I would have done ACL, PCL,
and shoulder on the dot down.
He does well, ball in both hands, looking for a good pass here.
And it's the ability to flood through. You know, look, Ruanurke doesn't get there by accident. You know, the line break happens. A lot of times, you know, players just caught on your heels, you never get there. But if you see the line break, flood through, stay on top of the ball.
Nokia, he's got an engine.
Yeah, lovely engine.
He's similar to a Peter Steff engine. He just keeps running all day long. And that's why you've got the engine there. He's good enough to get there, good soft touches to get it over.
Then again, Manus van der Merwe, another try at the back
the double.
of the maul.
thought he was going to get a hat trick off. I was like,
Yeah.
he's calling line-out mauls all day long.
Yeah, I thought we might have some tricks for Georgia up there, but I think the plan this weekend is just go straight.
Yeah.
And the punch was good. The setup was nice and clean. We're probably not too happy with that in previous weeks, but you can check that punch is proper. You get it going.
And if you go back there, if you see, look what Earburn does. That's where that maul is won. He wins that race to cover that space at the back. So Georgia, obviously, they're not contesting here, which they changed in the second half and got one or two steals.
goals.
But the maul is always set up by the foundation and the base. So Earburn, look where Earburn goes up, but
Front
look how he gets
supporter.
through. Those guys are waiting there. So your ribs, you're vulnerable
That guy
there if they clap you there properly. But look how he gets through that. He wins that space at the back, and then it makes it easier. Then the drivers can start to operate. And the hookers has to be patient. He's still got to shove them, but not break off.
Because Georgia there wants to split that seam between Earburn. They want to double time him, split the seam, and then your front of your maul's gone. You get through onto the jumper, you get through to the guys hitting it. But by Earburn winning that race, the set and the punch.
It's also such a fine margin because he goes a split second too early, half a meter forward more, and then it's double banking.
Yeah.
So you need the timing right as well there to get it right. Otherwise, there's a penalty conceded.
What a lot of teams do while he's lifting, you actually grab his pants and you try to open his hips up.
Yeah, you push him
So
back.
you push his hips up and then you put your head in between there. Then you can split.
Most New Zealand teams does the little
Yeah.
pre-engage and
Yeah.
they push you off balance before they actually hit you.
Easy work.
Yeah, the hookers get it saved.
Shimmies want to make a comeback there. Yeah, big time.
We used to slip it back to the flank, and remember the flank used to.
The flank used to score a couple. I scored quite
Yeah.
a few like that, actually, boys. Carry by Pitts there.
That's what you want from
Yeah.
the blindside flanker.
Ball by Grant.
See,
That's a great pass.
I prefer tries.
Yeah.
Like
That's a great pass.
But like,
That's an incredible
yeah,
pass.
Pitts there around the corner, quick ball, which means he gets onto the 12. He absolutely handles him. He
This
doesn't.
guy, he's been good.
He doesn't have a bad try scoring record either.
He's been good.
Edwin van der Merwe.
I mean, it was a Van der Merwe show at one stage with him and Old Manus.
Silky by Damien.
Yeah.
I love the we'll see the front view now. Again, it's so
Silky.
simple. So firstly
Timing's good.
the setup.
Yeah.
So having these two guys behind the scrum, Georgia is split with 4 of their backs on the left. Obviously,
And
they're
they want
9.
their 9 to
So
4.
the mistake that the 9 made is he needs to go there, make it messy for Grant Williams so that he can't get the ball to these guys if they come here. Force them to go that way because then at least they can close down. The fact that he doesn't go here, you have only 2 defenders here for Georgia. You see,
So
10
John,
and
you're saying he
14.
must go at source then on Grant.
Go at source, close him up here, and yes, the 8 can roll into the 9 and then still play the 9
play
this
the
way.
9.
But I think if he closes that option,
All of that buys you time to get on the first defender.
Exactly.
You buy time for your
Is it?
flanker. Your flanker then gets onto Grant, and then you numbered up.
because
But
what happened,
if the 9 comes out a bit, I mean, I'd be in the middle there doing the hard work. If the 9 comes out a bit there, the flank covers the inside, he almost cross covers towards it, so he forced them to cut back there.
the problem here is that check how flat Andre takes it, and
Okay, yeah.
so firstly 9 carries, and then he attracts this guy already, and even though Andre doesn't get on the outside of 10, the space that Damien moves in here puts this guy in doubt because remember,
We've got
Kurt Lee is still on the
Kurt Lee
left.
is on the left wing, yeah.
So you'll see,
There, he's got.
boom. So it's.
Willemse does well there.
Yeah.
No,
It's
no, he
actually
does
his man
brilliantly.
on there, yeah.
But that guy can't make a decision quick enough because
Yeah.
he doesn't know whether his 10 will get to 100.
If it's coming or not.
So he's stuck there.
So even if he does, Damien gets the offload away, we score anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that little shimmy.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, it's good.
Jeez.
The flat pass, the ability to move off the ball, and then just the pure strength of the, of the players.